Hey guys, what's up? Hope you all are doing really well. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can improve your English skills by practicing just for 20 minutes every day. Okay. Now, you might have heard of the quote which says practice makes perfect. Yeah. And that is very, very true. It doesn't matter what skill you want to learn, what thing you want to become better at. Now in this case, English, yes, it applies directly for English as well. Yeah. So if you want to become much more confident speaking to other people, if you want to be able to speak without any fear, maybe currently when you're talking, you're getting nervous to speak in English. Or maybe like you know what you want to say, but you cannot find the right words. Your mind is going blank. Yeah. If that does happen to you, then this will definitely help you. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you like 4 simple steps on how to practice. Okay, and you need to follow these 4 steps and make sure that you're doing it every day. 15 to 20 minutes every day. Make sure you're doing this, and the more you do it, the better you will become. Okay, now like everything else, guys, you can't expect to do this exercise like today and then tomorrow expect to be fluent in English. Yeah, it doesn't happen like that. So it's a gradual process, but the more you do it, the better you will start becoming. Okay, so if you're someone who needs to improve your English skills and you're not sure how to do this, let's get into this video. Okay, so let me share my screen with you guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen now. Yeah, so let's get into how do you actually practice. So we already know practice is important. Yeah, so you need to practice English, things like that. But how do you practice? Let me give you an easy framework on how to do that. Okay, so the first thing is, let's say we are going to practice 20 minutes every day. Yeah, 20 minutes every day. For example, in the morning when you wake up, or in the evening, or before you go to bed, whatever, just 20 minutes during the day whenever you're free. Okay, so for the first 5 minutes, what you can do is you can practice listening to someone talk in English. Yeah, now ideally you should be listening to a native speaker speaking in English. Yeah, to a native speaker. Now, why is this important? Because number one, you need to listen to someone speaking, which is great. Number two is you need to listen to a native speaker, meaning like someone whose mother tongue language is English. Okay, so when you start listening to someone speaking, remember as a kid, how did you learn to speak? Your mother tongue language might be Hindi or Telugu or whatever your mother tongue language is. How did you learn to speak? You listen to other people talking. Yeah, you listen to your mom talking, you listen to your dad, you listen to your grandparents, and then you too started to speak. Yeah, so likewise, the more you listen, the more you will learn. Okay, now a really nice tip is what sort of things you should be listening to. Now you might be thinking, should I watch movies in English? What should I do? Yeah, so let me give you a really nice suggestion here. So I'd really recommend that you guys watch speeches. Okay, like for example, there's lots of speeches available on YouTube. Yes, and on YouTube there's like motivational speeches, life stories, business related speeches, lots of different kinds of speeches. Yeah, so just search for like English speech and try and listen to some of the speeches and make sure it is by a native English speaker. Okay, now when you listen to them talking, you'll be able to understand, or you'll be able to pick up a few things. All right, for example, these are the points that you need to be concentrating on when you're listening to someone speaking. All right, so what are the points? Number one is you want to listen to the pronunciation of the words. Yeah, the pronunciation of the words. Now pronunciation is nothing but how are they saying each word, how are they pronouncing the sound for each word. Yeah, so again, the more you listen to it, the gradual the process is, but you will pick up the way they pronounce words and stuff like that. Yeah, which is the correct pronunciation. So that's why listen to a native speaker. All right, secondly, you'll be able to follow like their body language of speaking as well. Yeah, body language. So when someone's speaking like on a stage or in a meeting, whatever kind of speech you're listening to, it's very important to also learn body language from other people. For example, how to sit confidently, how to smile, how to engage, how to have a bit positive energy, all those things you will learn. All right, now for example, if you're someone who's you lack the confidence to speak in English, you're a little bit scared, what's going to happen is, if you're in your company, for example, when you have to speak in English, then you're a little bit timid, you're shy, and it reflects in your body image as well. Yeah, so you need to work on that, and you need to get over that. All right, so you can also watch that body language and learn from that. Thirdly, you can listen to the voice modulation. Okay, voice modulation. Yeah, voice modulation is nothing but how are they speaking. Like certain times they might speak a little bit loud, sometimes they might speak a little bit soft. Yeah, so depending on what they are talking about, which part of the speech it is, they could modulate their voice like this. Yeah, so again, it'll give you a good idea about like when to speak loud, when to speak softly, when to speak fast, when to slow down, all this kind of things. Okay, and then of course, make sure you're watching some sort of positive speech as well, like a motivational talk or a business story or someone's life story, something like that. Yeah, you don't want to watch the news, for example. That's a big no-no that I always say. Yeah, because the news is usually like negative stuff. Yeah, so avoid any negative energy, focus on positive things, and that will help you build your English skills. All right, so that's the first point. For 5 minutes every day, just listen to something. All right, just listen to a native speaker speaking. That is the first point. Okay, great. Now the second point is, let's go on to number 2. Now point number 2 is to read every day for 5 minutes. So you already listened to something, so for another 5 minutes I want you guys to read something. Okay, and like I said, avoid the newspaper. I always say that. Yeah, avoid newspaper. You don't want to be reading a newspaper. Read from a book, like a motivational book or a life skills book, something where you're learning a new skill about finances, whatever, something useful like that. Yeah, so read a book, and what you want to do is when you're reading, you want to make sure that you're reading out loud. Okay, not reading in your mind. You want to read out loud as much as possible. And why this is important is when you read out loud, number one, you will also be practicing the pronunciation of words, everything like that. Yeah, pronunciation. Secondly, you will also learn when to pause, like after a comma or after a full stop, after each paragraph, leave a break. Yeah, so you'll start getting used to when to pause. Okay. Now, the more you read, you're also training yourself to speak up like loudly. Yeah, like to speak loud, to speak confidently. So you're training yourself. Now, will you make mistakes whenever you're reading something in English? Yes, 100% you will make mistakes. Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. Your focus should be on this. Yeah, at least for 5 minutes, I want to read. Yeah, so that should be your focus. All right. So let's recap these 2 points so far, guys. So the first point was I want you guys to listen to a native speaker speaking. Native speaker, yes, that's for 5 minutes. And for the next 5 minutes, I want you guys to read out loud. Okay, for another 5 minutes. So totally we got 10 minutes worth of practice here. Okay, great. So now let's carry on to the next point, which is point number 3. Now point number 3 is you want to practice writing as well. Yeah, write something every day for another 5 minutes. Okay, now what can you write? Ideally, I'd recommend that you do this, guys. Yeah, so you can have a journal. A journal is nothing but like, what did you do today? Yeah, how did your day go? What did you do? What did you work on? Something that happened during the day, whatever. It's like a little record of your days, every day. So today what happened, tomorrow what happened, yesterday what happened, like that kind of thing. Yeah, so 5 minutes every day, just have a diary for yourself. Just sum up the entire day's thing, like whatever happened during the day, just write it out. Okay, now why this is important? Number one, it's really nice to have a journal, so you can always look back and see, if you want to kind of go through things, that's really nice. Secondly, the more you write, it'll help you get used to spellings of words and things like that. Yeah, spellings, basic punctuation, all those kind of things. Yeah, so again, this comes with practice as well. Yeah, so initially you might be a little bit lazy or you don't want to do it, but if you start doing it for a few days, guys, I think you'll get into the habit of doing it. Yeah, and if you get into the habit of doing it, then you wouldn't want to leave it. You want to continue and continue, which is really great. Okay, so once you start writing, like I said, it'll improve your your spellings, sort of written communication. Okay, all right, that is number 3. Now point number 4 is the main point, okay, which is practice speaking every day for at least 5 minutes. Okay, so practice speaking in English for at least 5 minutes. Now, you might be thinking like, yes, I want to speak in English, but who can I talk with? You know, like all of my friends are talking in Hindi, or all of my friends are talking the native language, you know. Now, if that's the case, then if you don't have anyone to practice together with you, then you can do a small exercise, okay? So the exercise goes like this. Number one, you want to pick a random topic that you want to talk about. For example, you know, how was the weekend? Yeah, or what is my favorite food? Yeah, pick a random topic like that. Let's say, what is your favorite food? Now, next, you want to talk about that topic. Yeah, so talk out loud for at least 5 minutes non-stop. Yeah, so for example, my favorite food is, you know, Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. Yeah, so I like going to a KFC because, number one, the atmosphere is good. Number two, the food is really tasty. Yeah, I really like fries together with the chicken, or I prefer chicken instead of burgers, you know, something like that. Yeah, try to keep talking to yourself for at least 5 minutes. Okay, now when you're talking, make sure again that you're talking out loud. You're not talking in your mind, but you're talking out loud. You're speaking loud. Yeah, now make sure to record yourself while you're speaking on your phone, for example. Yeah, take a video of yourself or record your voice, see how you're speaking. And fourthly, play back that recording. Okay, play it back and see how you are doing. You know, are you speaking loud enough? Do you appear confident? Do you appear like a little bit shy? You know, lots of things you can take away from this exercise. Okay, and if you do this every day, the first time that you keep doing this, you might get stuck or you don't know what to say. You know, your mind is blank, you know, but you shouldn't give up. Yeah, keep on trying it. You know, the more and more you do it every day, at least 5 minutes, try to talk non-stop. That's the main thing. Yeah, non-stop for at least 5 minutes. And if you carry on this practice every day, let's sum that up together. Yeah, all the 4 points. So number one is you want to listen to a native English speaker speaking, native speaker. Yeah. Number two is you want to reading exercise every day. Again, read out loud. Yeah. Number three is you want to writing, like write a journal. Yeah, every day. Number four is you want to speak. Now, ideally, you can speak with someone else, someone to practice English with. You can join some sort of English class. But if you can't do that, then I gave you that exercise as well. Yeah, that you can do by yourself. Okay, so if you do this every day, guys, each of this 5 minutes each, totally it's 20 minutes worth of practice. Okay, which is really great. So now you're practicing all the aspects of a language, all the aspects of English, which is listening, reading, writing, and speaking, which is great. Yeah, so imagine if you continue to do this every day, you know, so if you carry on this for a month, 3 months, 6 months, how much progress will you make? You know, this will gradually boost up your fluency. So your fluency might be at 60% right now, but the more you practice, your fluency is going to go up and up and up and up, and you know, you're going to go higher. Yeah, so let's say 80% or above. Okay, so yeah, so let's come back here. Yeah, so that's what it is, guys. Yeah, so that's what I want to share with you in today's video. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you thought this information was useful, give a big thumbs up for this video. And thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.